Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. You probably noticed that we had some technical difficulties. We're going to get started here in just a minute. Obviously, this is a live YouTube event, and so things happen. So we're working through that. I hope that you all got the new link. I did see that we had about 6 people that have found their way over here, 9 people. If you've made your way over here, would you mind telling us where you're at and who you are? We want to give a little bit of time for people to be able to join us, but we'd love for you on the right side of your screen, you'll see a live chat feature. Go ahead and tell us who you are and where you're at. That would be wonderful. Like I said, I see more people coming online and joining us. Sorry for the little bit of a confusion. As you know, this is a live event, so we had a little snafu with our other link, and we're going to go ahead and get started probably here in the next 5 minutes or so. So we'll give folks a little bit of time to log on, get to see the new link, and get caught up on this great event that we have planned for you. Lisa Moore, thank you so much. Lisa, I know you work so hard on the postcard. We will make sure that we get this posted and edited a little bit so we can give you great credit for all the work that you did. Ashley, hey Ashley, how you doing? Oh, I see Paul's there as well. Thank you, Paul, for joining us. Now the silent auction is still going on. It's going to end at 8 p.m. tonight. And so we do have a little bit of time before that auction item closes. And I'm looking for you, Paul, to see what you're bidding on. I actually have my phone set here just to make sure that I outbid you tonight on anything that you bid on. Thanks again, Lisa. You guys have done such an excellent job in sponsoring us. Hey, Matt, thanks for joining us. Troy, he's here. Look like a movie star. Thank you. I don't know about that. I better keep my day job, I think. Looks like we have a few more people that have joined us out there. Thanks for finding the link. If you're just joining us, apologize. We had a little bit of snafu with the previous link that we had. So if you watched that link, you probably saw Kim is beet red over there watching from across the room. But that's how it goes when you have a live YouTube event like this. It's our first time, anything can happen. So I see we have a few more people joining us. If you wouldn't mind, in the right side of your screen, you're going to see a live chat feature. That's going to be on all throughout our event today. If you could just share with us who your name is and where you're from, we'd love to hear from you. I think we'll just give it just a few more minutes, and then we're going to go forward with kind of the formal event script, and we'll be able to thank you and thank our sponsors for everything that you've been able to do to help our legacy fund here at Heritage Community. So Troy, is Amber with you over there? Are you guys bidding on gifts? I got to call Troy out a little bit. I mean, he did tell me I look like a movie star today. Oh, Julia. Julie, you have your mom sitting right next to me. Yep, she's joined our event. I was going to show Millie later, but Millie's right over here. All right, excellent. Thank you so much for joining us, Julie. I'm just going to give it one more minute. I see some more. Lisa says, hi, Millie. Lisa Moore. We're just going to give it one more minute or so, just because we had a little bit of confusion with the link today. So if you're just joining us, you're probably just finding the link. We had a little bit of snafu. As you know, this is a live YouTube event, and so we apologize that. We want people to like the link. Is that what you're sharing, Brian? Like the link. Kim says, make sure that you like the link. I see we have 3 thumbs up over there. If you get a moment, like the link, we'd really appreciate that. So if you're just joining us, you're probably seeing that we had a little bit of snafu. Sorry to repeat that, but I see people that are more people that are coming on now. So we are live with our first gala live YouTube event. And as you can see, we had a little bit of trouble with the link, but we're sending that out to everybody so everyone can have a little bit of time to get on and join us this evening. Okay, who we have? Sarah from LKF joining from Allegan. All right, welcome, Sarah. I see Ashley says, Millie, you are the real movie star, not me. That is so true. Troy says he's about to get bidding. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. You know, as I've been repeating, this is our first ever live YouTube event. And I guarantee you we're going to remember this one because we had a little bit of snafu with the link, but we're gonna make the most of it. We're here to really support our legacy fund and support heritage and our wonderful residents like Millie Cardamont that I have here next to me. So thank you so much for supporting heritage and thank you for joining us tonight. As I mentioned before, right to my left is Millie Cardamont. I'm gonna pull Millie over here. Wave, Millie. So Millie is one of our Wyndham residents. So I'm really pleased to have her joining with me today. She's going to talk a little bit about the importance of the Legacy Fund, and she's going to do that here just in a little bit. If you're not familiar with the room I'm in, or you haven't been to Heritage Community, this is our Wyndham multi-purpose room. So this is the room where many of our residents enjoy exercise. We have education classes, resident counselors, a lot of events that happen in this space. But with COVID, you know, obviously it's a little bit different here at Heritage Community. And tonight we've taken over this room for this to be our live event studio. So we'll have to maybe give you a tour later to see kind of how this room is set up. So we realize that people will be joining us at different times. You know, I already see that more people have logged in. So I'm going to repeat myself a few times during this event just to get everybody caught up and reintroduce myself if you don't know who I am. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time for joining Millie and me. We really are delighted for your support, and thank you so much for being here with us tonight. As I mentioned before, on the right hand side of your screen is the chat feature, and thanks everyone for putting things in the chat. We really would love to hear from you. We want you to say hello. Take a moment, hit that like button. That will really help us as well. So feel free to send in those chats. We'll try to answer any questions that you have, as well as Kim Loftus and Caitlin are back here from our foundation team. They're going to be monitoring the chat, and they're going to be posting any websites or any information to help you along during the event as well. Now, this live event is being recorded, as you could imagine. So with that, for people that maybe missed a portion or want to come back to this event, we were going to post this on our foundation's Facebook page. We're going to do that tomorrow morning, so you can watch it and others can watch it again. Now, I do want to let you know that the chat feature will be on as part of that recording. So if there are any links, any announcements that you don't want to miss, they will be posted in the live recording tomorrow morning. So again, please use that chat feature. We'd love to hear from you. Caitlin has said hello in the chat, and she is literally right back here. So hello, Caitlin. So all right, so we're gonna have this event for about 30 minutes, and this is what we're gonna do over this 30 minutes. And as I shared before, we want to say thank you. That's our number one thing that we want to do today. Thank you for all those that have given a gift, that have sponsored us, our folks, our business community that's come around us and helped us with a variety of things, our committee who has done such an excellent job. So the one thing that we really want to do is say thank you for your support of Heritage Community. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera to Millie. Millie's going to talk a little bit about the importance of the Legacy Fund and her personal story of why it's so important to her as well as the other residents, not just at Wyndham, but across our whole campus. We do have a special event that's coming up. I haven't shared any details about this event publicly, so I'm going to zip my lips at the moment, but I'm going to invite you to a special event we're going to be hosting here coming up in the month of October. So I'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. And then before we wrap up this is probably the one of the biggest things is that we're going to announce the winner of the VIP prize. And that VIP prize is a weekend getaway in a studio apartment in Douglas, Michigan. So many of you probably are very familiar with the Douglas area. You know how beautiful Lake Michigan is, especially this time of year. That VIP prize was donated by Beth Eckert and Dr. Joe D'Ambrosio. Thank you so much, Beth and Joe, for that donation. It is such a lovely gift, and I know people are already bidding on that package. So if you remember in previous galas, we've had giveaways and different door prizes. So because this is a YouTube event, this is going to be our VIP prize that we want to be able to give away, and we're going to draw a winner of that from folks that have given a gift, and I'll share a little bit more about that as well. Lastly, as I shared before, we're going to close this event so you have plenty of time to still bid on those auction items. The auction is open until 8 p.m. tonight. So we're going to close so you still have time after this live YouTube event to be able to continue to bid and continue to win those great packages. So as I mentioned before, how do you win the VIP prize? I just want to go through that one more time. So how do you win that trip or that vacation package to the Douglas area? So if you have made a gift of $100 or more as a donor or a sponsor before 7 p.m. tonight, your name was included as a potential recipient of this prize. So I have here with me all the names that have been entered, and this is what Millie is going to draw from tonight to win that VIP package. Now, if you're didn't give a gift before 7 p.m., that doesn't mean that you can't give a gift. So please do that. Please support Heritage community. And if you are really interested in this Douglas package, it is on the silent auction. So I think I'm going to have Kim, if you have a moment, post that link in the chat feature. If you're not familiar with that, you can go to the auction and you can bid on that item as well as you can bid on many different other packages. Mark your calendars. We realize this year with COVID that we're doing our event virtually. This should have been or was scheduled to be at the Gilmore Car Museum. We believe hopefully next year, we are all together again. We do miss you. So mark your calendars, September 23rd, 2021. Hopefully we're all back together and celebrating in similar fashion that we've done in the past. So if you're just joining us, I see we have about double the participants than earlier on. Thank you once again for joining us. This is our first ever live YouTube event. I am Jay Prince. I am the president and CEO of Heritage Community. I am so happy to be with you here tonight. And with me is one of our very dear and special guests for us tonight, Wyndham resident Millie Cardamont is with us from Wyndham Apartments. Millie, I'm going to show everybody here you again. Millie will be talking here just in a minute. Now, if you're just joining us, please use that chat feature. I see so many people are using that chat. We really appreciate that. We want to be able to hear from you. So if you're just joining us, if you wouldn't mind, put your name in the chat, say hello, let people know that not only me, but other people to know that you're here, that you're watching, that you support Heritage Community. Hit that like button as well here tonight. So thank you again for joining us. If you're just getting the link, you probably saw we did have a little bit of a snafu with the other one. So thanks for coming over onto this link and participating with us today. Now, if you donated or you were a sponsor before September 17th, you should have received a purple event envelope. It looks just like this, and it does have a few special gifts in here. I hope you enjoyed that. One of the gifts that was in this envelope, I'll take it out here, was a cookie. So I don't know if many of you are probably familiar. Heritage has a wonderful culinary program, and we just wanted to put just a little taste of that in there, along with other things. I did want you to know that those cookies were actually made by Tom Britton. Many of you probably know him. He's our chef here at Wyndham. Him and his team bake those cookies, And they're just one small example of the wonderful dining team here at Heritage Community that our residents get to enjoy some really fabulous gourmet meals. So take that as just a really small dessert and a little bit of taste of what Heritage is all about and what we do here with food. So once again, silent auction will close at 8 p.m. tonight. So it's not too late. Continue to bid. Kim has posted that link in the chat box. We have 49 auction packages here and some really great stuff. I see that we've had multiple bidders on several of the gifts several of the items. Please continue to bid on those. It will be open until 8 p.m. tonight. So before I close with that, I do have gifts, some of these prizes or packages here. So this silent auction package that I have here is a gift basket from Nature Connection in the downtown Kalamazoo. So this could be yours, and you can bring this home to you. I will promise not to eat too many of the things. I will leave it alone for you. But that's just one of the various items, and I have several of them here with me tonight that I'll be able to show you. So I want to talk just a minute about our past galas. I'd mentioned this a little bit, but for the past 5 years, if you've been to one of our galas in the past to celebrate the Legacy Fund, we've had really a lot of fun with that. We've been celebrating the decades over our 7-decade history. So we are now turning 75 years old this year. This is our 75th anniversary. Many of you probably remember coming to those galas. One of the most, probably most popular gala that we had was our 1970s theme. You probably remember I had platform shoes on. I think I had an orange suit on, a big wig at the time, and many of you were dressed in those big 70 pointy collars. We really love that being together. I think that's what Heritage is all about, is connection, having fun. We're going to try to do the best we can and do that virtually today. I probably needed some outfits for this. I didn't bring those along, but although we're not together, you do get to sit in the comfort of your own home. So you're probably sitting in your living room right now. You probably do not have a suit and tie on like me. You can just have no heels. You kick those off. If you do have a necktie off, take that puppy off. I mean, you can sit in your own home, bid on auction items, and learn a little bit about our organization and hear me thank you many times tonight. So although we're changing it a little bit, hopefully you feel a little bit more casual and a little bit more comfortable today. So with that, I want to talk a little bit about the Legacy Fund and the benefit of the Legacy Fund if you're not familiar with this really important program at Heritage Community. So want to take a minute and just talk a little bit about that. So this year, as I mentioned, is our 75th anniversary year, 75 years of caring since our founding in 1945. Our organization as a nonprofit was founded by local community leaders. In the early beginnings of our organizations, if you look back even in our board meetings, board minutes to those meetings in the 1940s that were happening, board members didn't want to just have a place for seniors to live and thrive in, but they wanted to make sure that they weren't worried that if they ever outlived their assets, that they wouldn't have those resources. So that still continues today. That core principle has been in our organization, and how we celebrate now that is through our Legacy Fund. So as I mentioned before, the Legacy Fund is really what helps residents financially. If something were to happen, it starts paying for their care and covering their services. We want this to always be their home. This is their friends, this is their social network, and we never want them to have to start over again because of a financial situation, or sometimes just living longer than you thought that you might. We have residents that have lived well over 100 years old, and I think, Millie, you're going to talk a little bit about that as well. I want to be the first to invite you to join another live event And that's going to take place on October 22nd at 10 a.m. So this is the event that I mentioned. We haven't publicly shared this, but I saw Matt Schenkel was on, so you'll appreciate this. We are going to be having a live groundbreaking event for our new independent living community called Revel Creek. So if you haven't heard of Revel Creek before, go to www.revelcreek.com, learn about our new exciting independent expansion. It's 60 beautiful new independent apartments that are going to be taking place on the back or west side of our campus. We want you to join us for that event and celebrate with us as we break ground on this really big and exciting project with us. So Kim's going to post a link to our Facebook page, and we're going to be able to get some more information to you about that event. So I hope that you will join us once again for that groundbreaking. So the purpose of tonight and the purpose of why our donors and sponsors have given tonight is to support the residents of Heritage Community through this Heritage Legacy Fund. This really does assure that if for unexpected circumstances, residents can no longer cover their cost of living, it's what we share Heritage will always be their home. It's what secures that. You may not know that each day on average, we need about $200 each day to support those that have outlived their resources and are using the Legacy Fund. As people live longer and healthier lives, the need of the Heritage Legacy Fund has increased. And we're seeing that over the last few years. As you could imagine, you're seeing that. Residents are living longer, they're living healthier. And when you think about your savings and your 401ks, many people, they're not planning to live past 100 years old, and that's where the Heritage Legacy Fund many times can help people making sure that this is always their home. In fact, last year, the number of residents needing support actually doubled for us last year. So once again, thank you for our sponsors. Thank you for everyone that's on this channel today, sponsoring and helping those that are in need and are using the Heritage Legacy Fund. I want to now take a moment and thank our sponsors. Millie, once we get done I'm giving you a heads up. Once we're done thanking our sponsor, you're up, okay? So our gold sponsors, I want to say a huge thank you to Fifth Third Bank. Ron, if you're out there, thank you so much to Fifth Third Bank. We couldn't have had this event with you. We really appreciate you coming and being a gold level sponsor with us. And R.W. Lapine Mechanical Contractors, thank you once again for sponsoring. We have really enjoyed our relationship with you for many different reasons. Thank you for coming alongside of us and helping us as a gold sponsor tonight. So thank you so much, Fifth Third Bank and R.W. Lapine. I also want to take a moment to thank our silver level sponsors. And those silver level sponsors are Greenleaf Trust, Greenbrier Development, Betty Upjohn Mason, the Tyler Little Family Foundation. Thank you so much for being a silver level sponsor. So if you're just joining us or you've been on for a while, use that chat feature. Help me to thank these wonderful sponsors. Thank you so much for your continued support. Now, I did want to mention, I did not go through the entire list of sponsors. There are just too many people to thank. So please visit the auction website and our website where you can see all of the sponsors that have been able to help us. So we are very grateful. We are so thankful and humbled by your support and by your gifts of generosity. Now I'd like you to hear from Millie. She is here with us. We are going to switch places so she can talk about the importance of the Legacy Fund and the importance that it was for her and her family. So with that, Millie, come on over.
Thank you, Jay, and thank you for the opportunity to talk to you this evening about the Legacy Fund. My name is Millie, and I'm a resident in the Wyndham Apartments. My remarks regarding the Legacy Fund will be brief. However, I hope in a few words as I tell you of my personal experience, I can impress upon you the benefits and the importance of the Legacy Fund. My sister Noreen moved into Wyndham Apartments in 1996 when she was 82 years old. She lived independently in apartment 235 for 21 years until she passed away August 9, 2017, at the age of 103. I moved into a separate apartment in Wyndham in 2016, so we had 1 year together here at Wyndham and enjoyed sharing meals, activities, and friends. Wyndham was her happy home, where she felt safe and was very well cared for. When she moved in, her financial situation was sufficient, and she had every reason to believe that her resources were adequate for her lifetime. However, we all know our future is unpredictable. When Noreen turned 100, she began to worry because her funds were getting low. At that time, neither Noreen nor I knew of the Legacy Fund. She asked me to come with her to meet with Tracy, the community director of Wyndham, regarding her future at Wyndham. What a relief it was for both of us when Tracy assured us that Noreen could stay in her apartment as long as she was able, thanks to the Legacy Fund. This wonderful news put a big smile on Noreen's face and put her mind at ease for the last few years of her life. From my personal standpoint, it was a big load off my shoulders also. She had such a blessed life at Wyndham. My family and I are very grateful for the support and compassion of Heritage Community. With the care, love, and financial assistance provided by the Legacy Fund, my sister lived a very happy and fulfilling life in the home where she felt safe and surrounded by the people she loved. The Legacy Fund has helped hundreds of people through the 70-plus years Heritage has been in existence. It is important that we continue to support this charitable assistance program to ensure residents who find themselves in similar circumstances that they have a secure home. On behalf of my sister and myself, thank you for your support, which is always needed and greatly appreciated.
Very well said. Thank you, Millie.
You're welcome.
Now, if you're just joining me, I sure hope that you heard Millie. You did an excellent job. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Once again, welcome to Heritage's first ever live YouTube event. If you're just joining us, I'm going to continue to repeat myself just a little bit. I'm Jay Prince. I'm the president and CEO here at Heritage Community. With me tonight, if you just missed her, is Millie Carnament. Millie is right over here if you just logged in. I know many of you are eager to find out who's going to be the recipient of the VIP prize that package to Douglas, and that's going to come up here just shortly. Before we do that, I want to thank our wonderful gala, virtual gala committee, and honor those folks by name. So Tom Britton, if you're here, thank you so much for your work on the committee. Jane Broger, if you're here, put your name in the chat. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. Mary Early, thank you as well for working on the committee. Kelly Fast, hopefully Kelly's on here. Thank you so much, Kelly, for all your hard work. Carol Janowitz. Carol, thank you so much for your energy and your continued support of Heritage and your work here. Caitlin Queenan, thank you so much for your work as well on the committee. Kim Loftus, thank you so much for your work as always, not just on the committee, but guiding us and steering us through our fund development and through this gala. Ashley Lubbers, I saw that you were on here before. Big thank you to your work. I really appreciate you as well. And Lisa Moore, I know you're on there as well. Thank you, Lisa, for your leadership and your hard work on our committee as well. Want to continue to thank that group for their work. They work pretty much once this ends, they're going to start again on the next gala. So mark your calendars. We'll be with us next year, and hopefully we'll be planning for in-person next year. When this committee has really has helped to put together this virtual gala and the silent auction, our goal was pretty modest this year. We wanted to raise $36,000. Hopefully we can do better than that tonight. If we were to raise $36,000 tonight, that would help for the Legacy Fund, for the residents that are utilizing, that would be 6 months worth of care to those folks on the Legacy Fund. So hopefully we can do better than that $36,000 and add maybe another few months or another 6 months onto that total. Now, I'm going to be asking Kim and Caitlin for a little bit of how much we've raised. And so when you get an update on that, feel free to post that in the chat, Kim and Caitlin. We'd love to be able to share that with everyone. As mentioned earlier, it costs about $200 per day to be able to help those that are on the Legacy Fund. That's how much we need, about $200 per day, 365 days a year. So per month, that's around a little over $6,000 a month that we would need to be able to support those residents and keep them in their own homes. So thank you once again for giving. If you haven't given yet, or you're thinking about giving, we'd love for you to consider making that gift tonight. There's a few ways that you can do that. The first way you can do that is you can use our online links. Kim and her team are going to post those online links here, so you have those. But if you're somebody that just likes to write a check and bring it in, you can still do that as well. So feel free to do that. We're going to post our address in the chat as well. So we'll give you all the information that you need if you'd like to be able to support the Legacy Fund and folks like Millie and others at Heritage Community. I know that many of you would like to make a gift. We actually had at least one donor, I think a couple, that wanted to share that in advance. They wanted to publicly share that they're making a gift with us. So I know we had some confusion with the link today, but I hope that you're watching and would love to be able to share with people that gift commitment that you've made. So if you're watching here with us tonight, we'd love for you to be able to post that if you're comfortable. Like you heard from Millie, her sister never expected to reach 100 years old, let alone 103 years old, and that can happen, and that's why the Legacy Fund is here to help. So thank you once again. Please continue to thank our donors, and thank you for your continued support. So I want to just talk about the silent auction. Once again, the bidding is going to end at 8 p.m. So we're going to try to wrap up here fairly quickly, so you can stop listening to me and you can continue to bid on those items. We had 48 auction items this year. The total market value for those would be able to add about a little over $4,000 to what we've already had. And if we're able to do that, we would definitely exceed that goal that I had mentioned earlier. We have, I want to just share with you, I had mentioned the VIP names are in this piece of ceramic, the ceramic planter. And this is also a part of the silent auction. You can bid on this gift right now. This was made by Kathy Green of Bridge Street Pottery. So this could be all yours. This is a really beautiful piece. So thank you so much for donating this item to us. And hopefully there is a great lucky winner that's out here for that. So in case you recently joined us, once again, what is the VIP prize that you might be asking? How do I win? So if you've made a $100 gift to Heritage or more as a donor or sponsor, and you did that before 7 p.m. tonight, your name is in here as a potential winner for that prize. Once again, that would have been essentially our door prize if we were together live. That was scheduled for the Gilmore Car Museum. Obviously, we're doing a little bit different this year through our virtual event. But continue to mark your calendar, September 23rd, 2021. Hopefully, we're all back together and in person for our next gala event. Okay, so it is time to draw and pick who is going to be the VIP winner. So I'm going to give this jar to Millie, and she is going to pick who our prize winner is going to be. Okay, thank you. So I think we had roughly about 75 folks that were in this drawing. So we had a great group of people that are here. So as Millie draws, I'm really excited. The VIP prize, which is the weekend getaway to Douglas, Michigan, is the Tyler Little Family Foundation. So Mary, Tyler, you are the winner of our VIP prize to Douglas. So thank you so much for your gift and your sponsorship. If you missed that, we're going to post that in the chat and continue to thank you so much for your support. So enjoy that trip to Douglas. Congratulations. So we're going to wrap up. Do we have a final goal status, Kim and Caitlin? We're about to close. So if you do, let us know. I'd love to announce that, but we can also put that in the chat. They look like they're in the process of totaling those numbers up right as we speak. Reminds me back as we're in person, you see in the back table of the room, our fund development staff running all the numbers and adding all the totals so we can be able to share before we close. Once again, in closing, I am very grateful for your participation in this virtual event today. Oh, here it is, just in. So the total that we've raised tonight, originally our goal was about $35,000. We have raised at this point in time, and there's still time on the auction, it closes at 8 o'clock. We've raised $43,245 total raised this evening. So we're going to post that number in the chat as well, but over $43,000 raised. Thank you so much for your generosity in supporting the Heritage Legacy Fund. That is absolutely wonderful. I am so grateful for you participating with us during this first ever live YouTube event. Again, I know we had a little snafu with the link earlier. So if you are watching this for the first time and it's tomorrow morning and it's the recording, we do apologize that you missed the event. But we're going to send this link out and make sure that everyone has the ability to see it and to learn a little bit more about the Heritage Legacy Fund. So thank you so much. I am continually grateful for your support. We want to just once again encourage you to continue to bid on the auction items. That will just continue to strengthen the support and that dollar amount that we had mentioned earlier for the Heritage Legacy Fund. Continue to be safe, continue to be healthy during this COVID season. We know many of you are making many different sacrifices, and this year is obviously a much different year than years past. But and number one thing is stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you for your support and thinking of us tonight in our Heritage Legacy Fund. With that, we're going to sign off. And we are going to see you next year. So next year at the Gilmore Car Museum, September 23rd, 2021. Hopefully we'll all be in person for our next gala. So with that, thank you once again. Good night. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your support. Thank you again.